All right, guys, I want to talk to you about when the scale doesn't move, because I see a lot of you messaging me on Facebook, on Instagram, in the app, saying like you're working out, your clothes fit a little looser, you feel better, but the weight's not coming off. And then I see a bunch of people jump in, oh, you're gaining muscle and don't worry about it. And I'm like, no. If we have weight to lose, then the scale needs to come down. Okay, so what I mean by that is like, all right, let's say I'm currently 115 pounds, but let's say I was 140 pounds. I probably want to lose about 15 pounds, right? So I want that scale to go down. I'm not going to put on 15 pounds of muscle to counteract losing 15 pounds of excess body fat. And in addition, this is kind of a great fallacy. It's extremely difficult, arguably impossible, although I have seen conflicting studies, to lose weight and gain muscle. And the reason is because gaining muscle requires a calorie surplus. And for women, it's pretty darn difficult for us because we don't have the androgenic hormones or the levels of like testosterone, DHEA, these muscle building hormones that guys have. We don't have those level of hormones. So for men, it's difficult to gain muscle. If you talk to a guy like Phil Heath, who was one of the greatest bodybuilders of all time, he told me that he puts on 3 pounds of muscle a year. And when he told me that, I was like, come on, that's ridiculous. And I thought it was way more. And he goes, go get 3 pounds of burger meat and slap it all over your body. It's a lot of tissue. So if that guy is putting on 3 pounds of muscle a year, like I promise you, you're not packing on so much muscle. Even if it was possible to lose fat and gain muscle, you are not packing on so much muscle that you're counteracting any fat loss with muscle gain. It's just not possible. Now, what could be happening, right? So when we train, in particular, when we train hard, we train intensely, we train consistently intensely, you get inflammation, you have swelling, you're swollen, right? Your jeans fit a little tighter, you're holding water. That is a thing. And so I'm going to teach you how to kind of vet this. So the first thing is, if the scale's not moving, and you have a decent amount of weight to lose, I'm not talking about 5 to 10 pounds of vanity weight. That's a whole different ballgame. And I've done videos on that. Maybe I'll do a fresh one because it's been a minute, but it's not the same thing. You have weight to lose, the scale should come down. So one of two things is going on here. You're training, but you're not watching how much you eat. So you're eating your way through the exercise. And all the time, I'm eating healthy. Like avocados are healthy. I think they're like 500-600 calories for a tiny little avocado. It's a lot. Remember that, we can talk about food quality all day long, but that has to do with your health. And yes, it will impact your weight over time because of how it impacts your hormone balance. But energy expenditure is everything. It is. And there are different elements that impact energy expenditure, but in large part, I don't care how healthy you're eating. If you're eating too many calories, which are units of energy, and you're not burning those units of energy in a day, it will get stored as fat. It just will. No matter how many healthy fats the food has, no matter how many vitamins and minerals it has, it will store those units of energy that you do not use as fat. So don't tell me you're eating healthy. How much are you eating? That's really, really, really important. So if you're trying to lose weight, and you've got a good amount to lose, I've always said, think of the floor, the absolute minimum as 1,200 calories. And that's really low and really hard to maintain. 1,200 calories, unlimited veggies. So think green leafy veggies and cruciferous veggies. Cauliflower also falls into that mix, but no starchy veggies. Unlimited, go nuts, go crazy. Broccoli, green beans, spinach, kale, go crazy. Eat as much as you want to fill up on the fiber, because the calories are literally negligible in those foods, and they're loaded with fiber and water and micronutrients. Okay, so that's your floor, 1,200. Your ceiling, when you're trying to lose a lot of weight, should really be 1,600. You shouldn't go above it. It's gonna slow you way down, and you can live between 1,200 to 1,600, okay? Now then, if I'm eating 1,600 calories and I'm working out, let's do the math. Like for me, Jillian, I'm little, even if I was burning 2,000 calories a day, a pound is roughly 3,500 calories. It'll still take me about 10 days or so to lose a pound. But don't forget that you're no longer gaining weight, right? because we tend to throw that away. It's like, it's not going down. Well, hold on. You were probably gaining steadily, right? All these years to put on this extra weight. So instead of it going up a pound, it either didn't move and arguably probably went down a pound. So it might be going slower than you like. And then the variable there is not to starve yourself further, but to work out a little harder, a little longer, or another day of the week to get more calories burned, more stored energy, more stored fat burned, right? That's how we boost our weight loss. So I'm working out, I'm not losing weight. Okay, how much are you eating? It better be between 12 to 1600. Track it. I don't care how healthy the food is. Second piece of the equation. I'm starving myself and the weight's not coming off. Well, that's because you can't starve it off. So again, if I didn't work out, I burn about 1500 calories a day over the course of my day on the days I don't train. If I'm eating 1600 calories, I'm actually gaining 100 calories a day, right? Even if I ate the minimum of 1200 calories, it's still a 300 calorie deficit. It'll still take me 12 days to lose 1 pound. And at the end of those 12 days, if I had a salty dinner or it's that time of the month and I'm holding water, I can even look like I went up a pound. Then I'm thinking like I starved myself, nothing came off, I can't lose weight. You have to be doing both. It's critical. People ask me all the time, what's more important? Food or fitness? It depends. When it comes to weight loss, you have to do both. You have to. Maintenance, you can do with food, right? You don't eat too much. You won't store the extra energy as fat because there is no extra energy. We're not talking about health. We're talking about losing weight. Both of them have to happen. Now, we've talked about hormones before a lot, did a video on it. Yes, your metabolism, one of the functions of metabolism is how much energy your body uses. And there are many different variables that go into this. Many different variables, right? So what is going to impact your hormone balance? How much you're sleeping, how you manage your stress, how much body fat you have, the types of foods you're eating, all of these things impact your daily calorie expenditure. They do. So there was recently a big study on metabolism, and the bottom line is like, oh, it has nothing to do with age, and it has nothing to do with gender, because lean tissue burns the same amount, whether you're 40 or 20, whether you're a male or female, sure. But it doesn't take into account body fat, hormonal changes from the environment, from chemicals in our foods, from lack of sleep, from stress. It's just looking at how much energy lean body mass, bone, muscle, etc. is going to use. But there's a host of variables. So if you're eating right and you're working out, and you've done this for a month, and that scale has not moved, you need to go to the doctor, because that's where your hormones are off. It could be a thyroid issue. It could be, who knows? It could be a million. It could be the beginning of type 2 diabetes. You could be starting to develop insulin resistance. These things are going to impact your calorie expenditure. Stored body fat actually makes it harder to lose weight, because that fat is literally changing your hormone balance. This is why it's like, oh, you could have a ton of body fat and be healthy at any size. That's bullshit, which I did a video on. Nevertheless, so at this point, it's not to say that eating right and working out won't gradually help to rebalance your hormones. It just might be slow going. In fact, you're telling me it is slow going, so it's slow going, right? In this particular instance, whenever I've worked with people like this, right, where it's like, shit, it won't come off. Oh my God, it's like, man, this is really a struggle. God, it's like, walking uphill in the snow with a weight vest on. Okay, that's where your doctor might suggest thyroid medication or metformin. There might be something to help you get back in the groove, to help stabilize your hormones, get them into a more, a mode that is not fat storage per se, without getting too technical on the hormones. But by the way, if you didn't do that, we would get there just over time. So forget the whole like, oh, I'm gaining muscle, don't think about it, or, oh, it's all hormones, so there's nothing I can do about it. That's not true. 12 to 1600, you gotta work out 4 to 5 times a week, ideally 20 minutes of fitness, not including your cool down. Okay, ideally, at least, preferably 30. And if after a month you don't see that thing drop at least 3 pounds, I would definitely have a panel done on your hormones so that your doctor can look at the different levels and make some suggestions to help you move the ball down the field a little more quickly, because we don't want you getting discouraged. But by all means, don't get discouraged. Stay the course. You will get there. I promise you, if you're exercising consistently and you're watching how much you eat. That's it. Okay, team, don't forget, I created this channel just for you guys. So click like, subscribe, and let me know what you want to hear more about. If it's diet, fitness, wellness, mindfulness, I'm here for you. So give me your feedback.